Besides being the most unique vintage car event in the world, the Goodwood Revival is also the world's largest costume party. And this year, the annual gathering on Lord March's 300-year-old estate's backyard race circuit in southern England celebrated its 15th anniversary. The Goodwood race circuit was built following World War II, after the grounds near Chichester were used as an airfield for the Royal Air Force. The link to aviation was present throughout the weekend, with static displays of vintage aircraft and flyovers by British and American warplanes. The charm of the Goodwood circuit is that it looks today much the same way it did when the last official race took place in 1966. This year's event had a bit of an American flavor, as All-American hero Dan Gurney was honored for his long career in motorsports, not only as a driver, but as a car owner and innovative car builder as well. For this year's revival, the Dan Gurney for President campaign was relaunched, if just for the weekend. Gurney for President bumper stickers and lapel buttons were handed out by volunteers throughout the weekend, and Gurney lapped the circuit in a 64.5 Ford Mustang driven by Charles March that was adorned with a campaign sign. "The British fans have been second to none in my career," Gurney said. "Their support touches me and my wife Evie to the core." Goodwood also brings out famous race car drivers from days gone by. Belgian driver Jackie Ickx, Formula One world champion Jackie Stewart driving a Mercedes-Benz Silver Arrows, and Indy 500 winner Danny Sullivan driving a Ferrari. Also, Pink Floyd's Nick Mason was behind the wheel of his Auto Union. One of the highlights this year was a collection of Silver Arrows, the pre-war race cars from Mercedes-Benz and Auto Union. No need to wonder when the cars were on the track, as the magnificent race cars were easily the loudest vehicles. While dressing in period costume is not mandatory for entrance into the circuit, it is highly recommended by the organizers, and in looking at the crowd, well more than half attending made an effort to dress the part. But dressing up in costumes and taking part in the festivities, watching the vintage cars and motorcycles on the track, and vintage planes soaring overhead, it is part of what makes the revival such a unique and special event. Gurney said, "The Goodwood Revival is a magical look back in time. It is magical indeed." For Autoweek, I'm Roger Hart.
Catch all the latest auto enthusiast news at Autoweek.com, in Autoweek magazine and iPad edition. Talk with us on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter at Autoweek USA.